When selling probate and trust properties, you can't get top dollar if the right buyers never see the property, or when they do, it doesn't shine. And in probate and trust real estate, many agents still use outdated local marketing strategies that don't reach the real buyer pool. And this is why the outdated idea of hiring a local real estate agent for your probate and trust sales can cost you time, energy, and money in today's fast-moving Bay Area real estate market. In this video, I'll show you how Probate Agent Real Estate Services harnesses the power of emerging technologies and infinite reach internet marketing to achieve top dollar Bay Area real estate sales for our clients while limiting their liability, time, and stress during the process. If we haven't met, hi, I'm Andrew De Vries. I help families and professional fiduciaries sell probate and trust real estate in the San Francisco Bay Area with less stress, less liability, and for more money. I've closed over 900 of these transactions, and with this channel, I'm here to help you avoid costly mistakes. Most sellers today assume that real estate marketing is still about the agent down the street. In reality, the internet completely changed how properties get exposure and how top dollar sales actually happen. In this video, I'm going to explain why reach, targeting, and market insight matter far more than an agent's zip code. Most sellers assume real estate marketing is still about the agent down the street, the open house, the postcard, and the yard sign. But in today's market, that's not enough, and that approach is stuck in the pre-internet past. Today, effective real estate marketing is about reach, targeting, and knowing how to position the property across all 9 Bay Area counties and beyond. So let's take a look at how real estate used to be marketed and what's changed. For most of the last century or so, real estate marketing followed a simple formula. Hire a small neighborhood brokerage with a realtor, possibly on a second career after retiring as a school teacher, put a sign in the yard, host an open house, maybe run a newspaper ad, and mail out a flyer. And beyond that, you relied on your agent's personal network, other agents they knew, or people in their small neighborhood and sphere of influence. It was all very local, and for the era and communication channels of the day, it worked well enough, at least for owner-occupied homes or when there was an emotional emergency behind the sale. These properties weren't always prepared well or staged to major advantage. They had the owner's furnishing and life visible in them. They weren't always marketed aggressively. And because the agents were trying to save a buck, the marketing tactics of the day were not very costly. And because there was not much out-of-the-box thinking in those days, the marketing budgets were often minimal. In many cases, the focus wasn't on maximizing value, it was just about getting it sold as soon as possible to the first buyer and offer that came along. And the problem with that is simple. Low effort and small sphere of influence equaled low exposure. And low exposure, that usually means a longer time on market and a lower sales price. But then, with the rise of the internet and other technology advances over the last 30 years, everything changed. Today, marketing a property, particularly one held in probate or trust, is no longer limited to a sign in the yard or who your agent knows in a small neighborhood, as that is generally not where your buyers are coming from nowadays anyway. Thanks to the rise of the internet, powerful new real estate marketing technologies, and large connected multiple listing services, plus third-party platforms like Zillow.com, Redfin, and Realtor.com, and hundreds of syndication channels, now buyers all over the Bay Area, the US, and internationally receive notices of properties that meet their unique search parameters as soon as the property comes on the market. They get these notices on their phones and other connected devices in real time. No longer are buyers waiting for the call from their agent. They now are reviewing detailed property information right away and actually calling their agents to set up their showings. And that's just the beginning. With the right strategies we employ for our clients, we can now run targeted digital campaigns that place your property directly in front of the most likely buyers, whether they're cash investors, relocating professionals, or long-term homeowners looking for the right opportunity. We use high-quality photography and staging to create immediate emotional engagement. We do video walkthroughs and 3D tours to attract serious out-of-the-area interest. We do social media ads and search engine optimization to boost visibility and drive traffic to the listing, and detailed engagement tracking to fine-tune results in real time. But here's the truth. It's not just about having the tools. It's about knowing how and when to use them. With over 900 probate and trust sales closed, I've learned how to adjust the marketing approach based on the property condition, the buyer profile, the court process, and the pricing climate. Because what works for a condo in Oakland is very different than what works for a vacant lot in San Mateo or a tenant-occupied home in San Francisco. Internet marketing gives us reach, and experience gives us precision. And when you combine those two, you get something that's rare in probate real estate. Maximum exposure with a strategy designed to protect your results. That said, as most people never sell a property in their lifetimes, or one or two at most, the misconception I hear most frequently when talking to sellers, particularly with long-term estate and trust properties, is we need to hire someone local, someone who knows the neighborhood. And while that made sense in the pre-internet era, that's no longer how buyers find properties. Today, buyers aren't just coming from down the street, they're coming from across the Bay Area, out of state, and even internationally. They're searching online, comparing homes across cities, and making decisions based on value, presentation, and timing, not the agent's office address. So no, you don't need a neighborhood agent. You need an agent with Bay Area-wide reach, a strategic marketing infrastructure, and a deep understanding and direct market experience of how to price in different microclimates in the Bay Area. That's especially important in probate and trust sales, where the unique properties can present unexpected buying opportunities from buyers from all over the Bay Area, the US, and beyond. Therefore, what makes the difference in your sale isn't who lives closest to the property, it's a broker who understands the difference in buyer expectations between the unique areas of the East Bay, Contra Costa County, San Francisco, the Peninsula, the South Bay, Marin, Solano, and Sonoma County, and how to position those properties for maximum resale in those unique markets. A broker with a market-proven track record of successfully pricing, marketing, and selling everything from tenant-occupied buildings in Benicia to high-value single-family homes in San Jose. It's a broker who understands the legal processes involved in estate and trust sales and knows how to communicate with out-of-state heirs, trustees, or attorneys and still run a seamless and successful sale for all involved. So while market knowledge matters, so does reach, structure, and experience navigating estate property dynamics. And when you have a broker like that, as a seller, you're in a much stronger position to maximize the sales price, shorten the timeline, and reduce your risk. That said, I am often the second or third realtor in, and I often get called in to clean up after listings fail to sell. And when I do, I see that it usually comes down to a handful of common mistakes. They almost always come from well-meaning agents who just don't specialize in estate and trust sales or have the experience needed for success in these unique situations. Here are the top 5 mistakes I see in probate and trust sales when they go off the rails. Number 1, overpricing the property due to lack of probate and trust experience. If your agent doesn't understand how estate property condition can affect buyer demand, they're likely to overvalue the property or scare away serious buyers by pricing too high with no plan. Number 2, limited marketing. Just MLS and an email blast. The default approach is still to post it on the MLS, put up a sign, email a few contacts, and hope someone bites. But that's not a marketing plan, that's a missed opportunity. Number 3, weak presentation of the property. And this includes poor presentation, no staging, which can be virtual or physical, poor photography, or outdated listing copy. Especially in estate sales where the property may be vacant or dated, the right visual strategy matters. Today's buyers scroll fast, and if it doesn't stand out, they move on. Number 4, failure to reach buyers outside the immediate areas. This is one of the most expensive mistakes. The best buyers often aren't local. They're investors, relocators, or downsizers searching across city lines. And they'll never see your listing if it isn't marketed intentionally. Number 5, not understanding fiduciary needs, which can include timing, documentation, and the court process. Probate and trust sales come with specific legal and administrative requirements. If your agent isn't familiar with them, they can create unnecessary delays or worse, liability for you. And what do all these mistakes have in common? They lead to lower offers, longer timelines, or more stress for the seller. In summary, sellers relying on antiquated ideas about hiring local agents with limited reach can cost you time, energy, and money in today's fast-moving Bay Area real estate marketplace. That's why it's so important to work with a broker with experience and the ability to use the latest technology to expand your marketing reach, especially when you're handling an estate or trust with real estate involved. The good news is, with the right strategy and broker, you can move forward with clarity and confidence. To discuss a custom marketing and sales plan for selling your Bay Area estate or trust property, please call me directly to schedule a consultation today. And if you found this video helpful, please subscribe or share it with someone else who might be going through the same process. The goal is simple: clear answers, fewer missteps, and better outcomes for everyone involved.